Hello and welcome to Beer Utopia, the TV show all about
beer. Can you believe that?
Hi, I'm Brant. This is Eric. Hey, we're your hosts here for Beer Utopia. We also have a website called beerutopia.com.
Imagine that.
So one of the cool things is, if you haven't seen this before, which you haven't because this is our very first
TV show. We are on TV, and there's nothing better than beer and TV going together. I mean, this is what we're going to talk about, beer, all, for 30 minutes.
And if you're familiar with us at all, you've seen us, we do have this same show on the web, and this would be our 22nd episode on the web, but this is our first TV show. So that's pretty cool. And we started our very first show on St. Patrick's Day of this year.
Which is a great, you got to do things, and we like to do things on special days.
Right.
And we did St. Patrick's Day, a great episode. It was so exciting when we first did the first episode. What's today?
Today is the 75th anniversary of the end of Prohibition. So what better?
Okay, I'm telling you right now, Beer Utopia is taking that day. No one else is taking that day. This is going to be a national holiday, and we're going to make it a national holiday. Beer Utopia's end of Prohibition holiday.
It should be.
Otherwise, what else is there?
So
drinking.
Are you going to commit to me so next year we're going to have a big party somewhere? Invite everybody that's watching.
Yes.
We'll have a big to-do, big concerts, bands, the whole thing.
I'm going to write my congressman and tell him that we want to have end of Prohibition holiday.
We can do that.
December 5th, end of Prohibition. And we're going to party. We should all be drinking beer on that day.
It is awesome. So, hey, just to let you know a little bit more about this show and our website, beerutopia.com is a website all about beer, the culture of beer, craft beer. And we're going to talk about some news stories.
Yeah.
And you can check out our website. We have all of these stories are online all the time. They're really great. You can go through, click through, read. So like here you can see today we're celebrating the 75th year of the end of Prohibition.
Yeah.
So you can come on here. All the stories we're going to talk about today, we're referencing from our website, and feel free to go to our website at any time. So, Prohibition.
Well, let's talk about it. I mean, think of where America would be right now if we were still under Prohibition.
It'd be terrible.
I mean, beer and alcohol is such a part of our culture right now.
And actually, I think we have some pictures. Look at some of these pictures. Well, there was the exciting one, end of Prohibition. I mean,
that must have been an exciting day.
That was a great day. I'm sure a lot of people drank that. Now, look at some of these pictures are a little graphic, so you might want to close your eyes. People pouring beer down sewer drains. Can you imagine that?
Well, they were trying to get rid of this beer, right?
I just can't believe it.
Oh, that is a classic one. If that's not on a T-shirt.
Now look at all these girls here. Lips that touch liquor shall not touch ours. Now look at the picture closely. I would be drinking.
That's why we started drinking right now. The beer goggles were invented that day.
And then that is a horrible sight right there. And one of the things you can read more about the history on the website of what happened during Prohibition, why it was
it was really a tough time. I mean, and it's interesting now after 75 years. Here we are in hard economic times now. They were then back as well, coming out with the Great Depression and that sort of thing in that time period. And so, I mean, drinking became a part of America at that time. And it's going to be a part of America now.
We got to have something to celebrate, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be something out there. Speaking of beer in America, one of the other stories we're going to talk about is the story you were going to talk about here, Eric.
Yeah. I mean, you pull it up on the website, but basically, here's my question. Is beer a recession-proof business? Now, a lot of studies have been put into this. Some facts right here is basically the UK beer drinking is on a decline right now.
Right.
People might not know that. They're closing pubs in Dublin. I mean, it's just amazing to me. But in America, craft beer is on the way up, and it's been this way for about 10, maybe 12 years, gaining momentum. In my belief, and you'd have to comment on this, it is recession-proof because as the economy goes down, we're more likely to drink.
Beer and entertainment is some of the things they're going to cover. Hey, go to the website. There's tons more stories. You can go and read those more in depth at www.beerutopia.com. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back, and we're going to talk more about beer. Thank you for joining Beer Utopia.
Sit around, drink beer all day. Don't do work, only play. Have big fun with all our friends. Pour me another one, let's do it again, 'cause we love beer.
Hey, and welcome back to Beer Utopia. This is the show all about beer.
Drinking beer on TV and talking about beer and learning about beer, it's all good.
So one of the things this all stemmed from is we started this on the internet to taste beer.
Yeah.
So, we were doing 5-minute segments here and there about beer. So we're going to learn more. We also want to help people learn more about beer.
Well, once we started beer tasting, all I knew about beer tasting was just I liked a beer or I didn't like it. So,
Right.
But there's all this that you need to know and learn about beer that really enhances your experience. We call it Beer 101. And this is a great story that you're talking about.
And one of the beers we're going to taste later is exactly an IPA.
IPA.
So our Beer 101 segment is an IPA. And you can find that on our website at the 101 segment. Now, during the 1700s, when the British were in India, they had a hard time shipping beer and it going bad. Mm-hmm. So they had a recipe. They ended up using more hops and making it more alcohol by volume to help it last that trip.
Yeah.
So that was what made an IPA or an Indian Pale Ale.
Right.
So if you taste it, it's a lot hoppier. It's going to be somewhere between 5 and 7 alcohol percentage.
I like
alcohol
that.
by
I like
volume.
that. I got to have at least
And
7.
if you like the hops, this is the beer for you.
Really
Now,
hoppy, really hoppy.
Really hoppy. And I know everybody says, stop me in the street. It's like, I don't know what else to say, but it's really hoppy.
Yeah.
But an IPA, you'll know the hops. Mm-hmm. And I hated IPA when I first started doing Beer Utopia, but now it's one of my
too strong.
favorites.
Yeah, you got to develop a taste. It's like anything you've done, wine or cigars or anything. You start out, you need the smoother lagers. I'm still there, and then you develop that taste for a much stouter. Beer. So
well, what we advocate here is just trying different beers, because what I've got to now is I don't have a favorite. I just have to have the right beer for the right moment.
That's critical. Yeah.
Sometimes it's emotional. Sometimes it's food. Sometimes it's just
seasonal. If it's cold, I want to drink something that's going to warm me. So a stout, a Guinness, or something like that is going to warm me a darker beer.
Now, one of the other great things is at the end of Prohibition, talking about, it was legal to start drinking beer again. And then later on, it was actually Jimmy Carter that helped pass the bill so we could all homebrew. Now, there are still some states that don't homebrew. But also on our site, we also have a section all about homebrewing. And Chris, one of our writers, is a great writer, has been brewing. And talk about seasonal. If you look here, he has a great full review of how to make pumpkin ale beer.
That's great for the harvest time, the fall going into winter, obviously Halloween, that sort of thing, and it's fun. I mean, if you look at this thing, it's amazing what you can do in your home and brew your own beer, and it tastes great. Chris has sent us some stuff. It's incredible. It tastes great.
So Chris has done a really good job of writing the explanations. He's been experimenting with recipes. We have forums. We have comments. We would love to have other people give us their recipes.
Yeah,
and I know I've got a beer kit that I'm going to try that we've got to put on the that we'll be doing on the show, doing on the website. It was a Cooper's beer kit, just a store-bought. But the biggest question we've had since starting the website is a lot of girls email us and say, should I get a beer kit for my husband or significant
beer
other
kit
for
gift
Christmas?
for Christmas.
Think about this. This is a great gift. They run somewhere a full kit that has everything you need. It's about $80, and your husband will love it.
He'll love it. The thing is, you might have to give up your garage a little bit, or the kitchen, right? You got a kitchen for a little bit, but at least he's not out drinking at the bar. He's at home, so you can keep your eye on him. So it's not a bad gift.
Now there are some girls out there that probably want to brew
there
beer
are girl
too,
home brewers. We're part of the Fermentables. The group.
Right.
We're associated with that. Obviously, their wives, etc. But girls love to drink beer too. A lot of them don't admit it. But you love to drink beer too.
And this is a good husband-wife, boyfriend-girlfriend event you can do together. Cook it up. Or you could be special that you cook up a batch that you're going to become that person at Thanksgiving always brings the fresh beer.
Yeah.
So, you can check us out at beerutopia.com. You can email me, Brant, at beerutopia.com. You can also email Eric at eric@beerutopia.com.
Yeah.
We're also into the social networking. I know I have my Twitter account is brantc@twitter.com, and we also have a beerutopia@twitter.com. So come on, check us out, go to the website, watch these all over, and we'll be right back after this break.
Sit around, drink beer all day. Don't do work, only play. Have big fun with all our friends. Pour me another one, let's do it again, 'cause we love beer.
All right, welcome back. This is my favorite part of the show because beer is about tasting beer. So let's get to it right now. Saranac from New York.
Saranac is in New York. It's a great little microbrewery. So if you're up in New York, you need to look them up. You can go to their website. You can read all about the company. You go to their information. It's www.saranac.com. And we're going to try a couple beers, but the first one is going to be the Indian Pale Ale.
Right.
And we have that here. And we talked about earlier the IPA.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah. It's, got the hoppy, more hoppy.
Right.
The history of this was the British shipped this over.
And the website says here that it's 5.8 by volume.
Yeah.
Some of the food combination, they say seafood, pizza, Mexican food. It uses a Cascade hop. And what we like to say here on Beer Utopia, let's just go for the pour and figure it out. And tell them about these glasses that we're using here.
Great American Beer Fest. We went in 2008 here just this past couple of months, and we were in Denver. It's just outstanding. If you love drinking beer, you've got to go to Great American Beer Fest. Now, when we do this tasting and we learn this at the Great American Beer Fest, you go through about 5 different things here. First, we go through smell, taste, mouthfeel, drinkability. So that's what we're going to do.
So we always go for the smell, and it's a very citrusy.
Yeah, a little grain in there, and pine needles. I smell a little bit of
pine needles.
Little faint pine needles.
Well,
okay.
Let's just go for the. Well, you have to look at the color too. Of course, we always do. You've got some good carbonation.
Oh,
in
I
the
like
glass.
that color.
Good.
A little bit of lacing. Look at that nice lacing. Very even and beautiful lacing.
Let's go for the taste.
Let's go.
That tastes good.
Yeah.
Now an IPA is really strong.
Yeah.
Strong on the tongue, hits you hard.
Yeah.
There is bitterness.
Bitterness, caramel. I like that. But I like that. I've developed a taste for this. When I first started drinking beer, I was wanting light beer. This is a great beer to drink, and it's a great food pairing beer.
You know, what I like the IPA for is when I'm grilling. It's a good grilling beer. So
yeah. Now, mouthfeel. Mouthfeel was in there. Once you put it in your mouth, it fills up the mouth. Medium body.
The carbonation really kind of foams up in your mouth.
Yeah, a little bit of aftertaste. You can feel that. Drinkability. This is the most important. Now, Budweiser's all talking about drinkability, but that's really a very important part. Can you drink this again? Are you going to drink another bottle of this?
Now, what I'm going to tell you about an IPA, and this will happen to me, you're going to taste it in at first. You're going to go, this is bitter. It's not very good. Not too strong for me.
Yeah.
Then as you drink more of them, you're like, man, I need something with a little bite. So you learn how to like an IPA. And, the craft brewers, they're all about the hops, going insane with the hops. So let's go and try the next beer.
Yeah.
So this
what
is
do we got?
the pumpkin ale that we talked
pumpkin
about.
ale.
And pumpkin ale is a seasonal beer.
Well,
and we'll go to their website here, and you can read a little more about their pumpkin ale. And it's a 5.4% volume. It's brewed with pumpkin, cinnamon, allspice, cloves, ginger, and vanilla. Look for a full-body amber color, and you'll be sure to enjoy this brew.
Yeah.
So,
well,
I've never had a pumpkin ale.
Craft beers, have turned into this. I mean, normally there's lagers, etc., but now we're getting into pumpkins and blueberries, and people are adding all kinds of stuff in this craft beer. Thank you, to form taste and etc. Now, one thing about this, when we get to drinkability, we might talk. But look at this! Wow. Great color,
really
beautiful,
amber, golden,
and a lot of effervescence there.
Good head.
Yeah.
Good
nice lacing. Oh, I can smell the spice.
I smell the ginger and cinnamon.
Yeah, you can smell that. It's a heavier smell too.
Now I'm not a big pumpkin pie person.
Yeah.
So but I try. It's just beer. It's beer. I'll drink.
All right, taste. Oh, I do taste it right at the end. It comes in and that pumpkin fills up your mouth. That's not bad. That's smooth, actually not bad.
Very smooth, kind of cinnamony.
Yeah.
Almost like a flavored tea. Like
yes, exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what you're
smell of Christmas.
Cloves
is what
and
it is.
cinnamon and that sort of thing, and you can taste the pumpkin. Very nice. This would be a great winter beer to me.
This is a good Christmas holiday beer.
Yeah. I would drink this holiday beer.
It is very, very good.
Yeah. Mouthfeel is very good. It fills the mouth up, medium body. Now, could you drink a lot of these? Drinkability. You're going to drink one and then that's what you're going to stop, or you're going to drink and drink?
I'm never going to stop at one. I'm going to have to try the whole 6-pack.
Well, I think it does have a great drinkability. I'm surprised. Usually when you have these type, you don't.
The great thing about even like for the holidays, because we do Beer Utopia, we're supposed to be the experts, which we try to tell everybody we're not, but we're just trying. I was the guy that had to bring all the beer for Thanksgiving, so I brought different things, and everybody's excited. So maybe you could be that person that just tries different things.
Well, you always say this on the previous shows that we've done is, beer drinking, craft beer, and what we're trying to promote here is to go out and experiment, try different things, the pumpkin ales, the IPAs, expand your palate. That's what we want.
Now, and then you get, like we are now, I have to have 5 or 6 different beers in the fridge just because I don't know what I want that day.
Well, and then it's just like wines. I'm going to equate it to that. You're going to drink this one for this, you're going to drink this one for this, do the food pairings. We'll talk about that as well.
Right.
And so you can really take this beer a long way.
Hey, you can check out www.beerutopia.com to catch up on our old episodes. We're also available on iTunes. Look for Beer Utopia on iTunes. And you know what? I think we're going to finish the rest of these beers, and then we'll be right back to finish up the show.
Sit around, drink beer all day. Don't do work, only play. Have big fun with all our friends. Pour me another one, let's do it again, 'cause we love beer.
Hey, we're back, and we're still drinking.
Oh, yeah.
This is our favorite, the last segment was our favorite part.
Chewing the cud, talking, and drinking. That's what I like.
We've been tasting beer since March. We went to Great American Beer Festival this year.
Oh my God! That was life changing when I walked into that huge hall and there was 50,000 people drinking beer, and I was like, I'm home. I'm home.
Different types of beers.
Yeah.
So go to beerutopia.com and you can go to see those. We did a 2-hour live show streaming for Flying Dog.
Flying Dog.
They had a big party. We were like one of the main attractions. You can go to the website and you can actually see those and catch up on some of our old episodes and learn a little bit more about us and what the show's about.
Yeah.
So, we're all about beer.
Yeah. And ideas about beer and what we're wanting from you out there in the audience is we love doing this. We think it's a great idea. Give us some feedback. Give us some beers that you'd like us to try. Tell us about beer culture in your area. Cool bars, cool things that mugs, steins. We're going to go over all that paraphernalia and stuff in the future. And this is exciting. We've now hit TV.
And our tag is tap into the culture of beer, and it's all about the culture. If you want to talk about the college goofiness and fun stuff, go to other websites. We're about the love of the beer culture.
Yeah.
One of the things is, we're trying to get this more distribution out on TV.
Yeah, come see it.
Tell us where your city you're watching this on. If you want to see it more on your show, email me, Brant, at beerutopia.com, and let me know so I can tell some people, look, there really are people watching.
Look, we're 2 guys just trying to drink beer and have fun. What better? That's a great show.
And it is a lot of fun. And maybe every week you can get a beer and join us. If there's something else, like Eric said, you wanted to do or see, email us.
Yeah.
You can also go on the website. There's these great, we use video chat, so you can actually leave a video response.
Yeah, we'd love to.
Comments. We actually look for guest writers if you want to write about beer for the blog.
Utopian. You can become a utopian. We had some girls go to Europe and write for us. It's incredible.
If you want us to come to your place and do a live streaming event on the internet, we'll do that too. Or if there's beer, we're there. Are we not?
We love beer.
I mean, another thing, the song, We Love Beer. Eric actually sings that. You can go to the download section of our website and you can download that as a ringtone.
I love it.
So hey, we're about wrapped up for the show tonight, but thank you for joining us at Beer Utopia, and we'll catch you next time.
Don't do work, only play. Have big fun with all our friends. Pour me another one, let's do it again, 'cause we love beer. We love beer, yes we do. We love beer, yes we do. We love beer, yes we do.